what is your biggest challenge that you face even to this day?
Biggest, a bunch of them, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What do you mean?
Because I want to preface it with people see you, I'm sure, as this perfect person.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that there's always a process of growth. Like I said, you're an amazing leader right now. And what your lifestyle is surrounded around shows it. Yes. But 10 years from now, you'll probably look at all the mistakes that you're doing right now. Like, what was I doing? What was I thinking?
Yeah.
That's how I look at myself.
Sure.
Right now, I want to know how you're handling one of your challenges, like to this day.
Yo, so I was literally, this is crazy. You with these questions, man. I don't know. You tapped in. So I was literally earlier today, I was in a session with my coach. So I had a couple, but I have a think coach. And so, I want to be a thought leader, and that's a whole nother conversation.
That's hard, a think coach?
A think coach. 100%.
Let's get into that, but explain that to me.
So you want to talk about that now?
Think coach first.
Okay.
Yeah, like what is that?
So typically, like when you think about coaching, you're really thinking about somebody who's using the power of inquiry to bring about like some self-discovery and to get you to action, to get you to do something.
Yes.
Overcome a hurdle, or if it's like a peak performance coach, like achieve some kind of goal, or if it's a business coach, like, take the business to the next level, et cetera, right? But because I'm a knowledgepreneur, the service I give to people, the value that I give to people is not necessarily product I create. It's stuff I know. Mm-hmm. So my primary asset's my thinking.
Yeah.
So if I got somebody coaching me on how to run a challenge and how to set up masterminds or whatever, that's fine. That's all just a delivery system, though, for what I know.
Yes.
And so I got a person in my life who's a think coach who just helps me think through how I'm managing all the stuff that I'm responsible for. Helps me think through certain decisions that I got to make. And so it's way more like internal in terms of helping me think higher and think differently than external in terms of getting some kind of result.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing, like, if I come to you and be like, yo, I want to start a podcast, you can tell me how to do it. I'm going to him to figure out, should I? Got me? Like, yes, okay, sir. I think this lines up with my goals. I think this aligns with my life mission, but let's talk about this. And so anyway, that's...
Gotcha. Okay, that's dope. Okay.
So anyway, I'm talking to him today, right? And I'm literally talking about, this is the issue right now that I'm dealing with. And it's a huge one. All right. And I was talking to him about how to do two things. One of them is like, yo, how do I decommit? Like when you agreed to do something, you had every intention to like do it. But then over a period of time, doing that is no longer in your best interest or affects you in a negative way. Mm-hmm. So you want your word to be your bond. You want your yes to be yes, your no to be no. You shouldn't be flake on people. Yeah. But sometimes there are circumstances that pop up that didn't exist when you made that commitment.
That's a fact.
And you recognize that, and you got to make a choice sometimes. Do I keep myself in harm's way in order to keep my word and serve somebody else's vision? Or do I operate with integrity and communicate to this person at the risk of affecting the relationship?
Because that could be looked at as not having integrity.
100%. It could be perceived that way. But this is what I believe. And this goes into like the relationship.
Yo, there's no book on that. There's no masterclass on decommitting.
And this is what happens, bro.
Let me know.
This is what happens. Because nobody's talking about that, we become, watch this, we become loyal to bad decisions. It's like, because I made the decision.
I'm going through it right now. That's crazy. That joint just hit me in my stomach.
Yeah.
We become loyal to bad decisions.
Yeah, so that's kind of like my challenge now. Like there's some stuff I might have committed to a year ago, and some commitments I make way in advance, But my life is so changed. It's changed so radically this past year. It's like, okay, I can't continue to do this the same way. So how do I communicate that? But this is where I am though. And it's like I said, this goes to just relational intelligence stuff.
I'm sorry, bro. That joint just messed me up. I've been so loyal to bad decisions because I really, really care what people think about me.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
So here's the thing though. This is where I am. It's tough, but it's where I am. How a person responds to me when I make a decision that's in the best interest of me.
Yes.
Reveals to me whether or not you love me or you love what our relationship did for you. And that's tough. But I'm gonna say it again. Yeah.
This shit is killing me right now. I can't even listen to what you're saying because like the everything's moving in my head and in my heart. I'm sorry, say it.
No, it's all good. How you respond to me when I make a decision that's best for me shows me whether you really love me or whether you love what our relationship is doing for you.
That's real.
Because most people, they get it confused. Some people really think they love you, but they really love what the relationship is doing for them.
Yes.
You got me?
100%.
So they love you as long as the answer is yes. But if you don't love me when the answer is no, you didn't love me. You just love my yes. Dang. So I'm wrestling with some of that right now because here's the thing, bro. If you're going to live well, you got to be willing to live knowing you're disappointing people.
And that is so tough. That is a challenge for me. So what are we doing right now?
We got to fix that, bro.
Yeah.
We can fix that.
And I can imagine in your position because you are, for one, just being a pastor, and two, leading a whole bunch of people. Your name is all you have.
100%.
So the perception of the things that you doing, bro, people feel like they want this platform and they don't. 100%, they don't.
Yo, so let's look at it this way. I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I'm kind of hot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then I look around, I'm like, oh, it's lights. See, people want lights, but heat come with lights, bro. They think they want the lights.
Turn the heat off, though, Joe. Just hear me get my man right.
I'm good. I'm straight.
That's a fact.
Yeah, they think they want it. It's like, no, heat come with these lights, man. And lights show stuff that doesn't show. It exposes things that. And so, yeah, when we get to certain places, it reveals and exposes some stuff in us, man. But we gotta. I'm gonna tell you this. You know why I deal with it the most, bro? I deal with it because my foot is in two worlds. So I'm in the spiritual space where I'm leading and serving people, and also I'm in the entrepreneurial space. Now, as it relates to what allows me to take care of me and my family, it is by far the entrepreneurial space. 1,000%.
Really?
Like it's no comparison. So like no comparison at all. You know what I mean? So yet at the same time, people fall in love with the version of you they met.
That's true.
Not always the version of you evolve into. So me stepping into this entrepreneurial space.
They don't love that.
Everybody doesn't love that on this space. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's the people. But if part of my purpose, and it is to add value to people in both spaces, I then have to make a decision, who am I willing to disappoint? And I'm not willing to disappoint me anymore. Yeah. So your disappointment now is no longer my responsibility if I'm not handling you incorrectly. I'm simply trying to evolve into the best version of myself
100%.
And do what I feel I'm created to do. So you can be upset by that, or inspired by that. Here's the issue, bro. A lot of people become offended by or jealous of what they should be learning from.
So dang. And you got to accept it. You have to know that and be okay with it.
You got to live with it.